really well. And they picked up 5 wickets of Empire Tees. And, of course, 52 runs have been scored so far by Empire Tees. So what type of total will they look at? We'll have to wait and see. The change in the bowling always taking place. So looking at the field, they've got a short third man in place. The backward point, the sweeper cover. A wide, the mid-off, and the long off on the offside. That's the offside field. On the onside, they got the man at deep mid-wicket. A mid-wicket, a long on. And that's the end of the over as well. So another over completed, and it's 52 for the loss of 5 wickets. So another hot and humid morning out here at Panipitia, the Dharmabala College grounds. First ball of the new over, lofted, dropped at long on. That should have been taken. The batsman coming back for the second run as well. Checking whether the ball had reached the boundary with the fielder. Yes, that's right, which reached the boundary. 4-run signal by the umpire. That should have been taken. The fielder was well in position to take that catch. So Empire Tees moved to 56 for the loss of 5 wickets. We're now in the 11th over of the innings. 20 overs per side. And here we are. A man down on the ground at the moment. So a lot of action here at Panipitia. Outside Colombo, just outside Colombo, that's where Panipitia is. We've been playing a lot of these matches on this venue, the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division, the T20 League Tournament 2026. Lots of games, 24 teams in the fray. 4 groups, each group has 6 teams, so 5 matches for each team. So he's been helped on the field, substitute Will Field. Perhaps twisted his knee in the rush. It was a straightforward catch at long on. Got both his hands to it, but couldn't hold on. That was the position. Very short. Pulled again on the onside. Out towards long on. The substitute on the field, so they pick up a single for that. 57 for the loss of 5 wickets, Empire Tees. They lost 3 wickets in a heap at the top of the order when the innings first started. Now trying to build the partnership. Again going for a big heave on the onside. Beaten outside the line of off stump. The wicketkeeper collects. So it's a dot ball. Field well spread. Plays the cross-batted shot this time. Picks it from outside line of off stump. Plays it to deep backward square leg, who's on the boundary. They pick up one more run. 57 for the loss of 5 wickets, Empire Tees. They'll need at least about 140, 150 to try and make a game of it. They'll need to give their bowlers something to bowl at. But can they get there? We're in the 11th over at the moment. Flighted, beaten outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled. A plain miss outside the line of off stump. This time comes forward, pushes out on the offside. That'll end the over. 11 completed, and there we are with Empire Tees on 57 for the loss of 5 wickets. So over number 12 about to start up. Isuru Yacinta is the bowler. A new was starting up on the far end of the grounds, bowling to the right-hander who's on strike. Pulled on the onside in the air. Could have been a catch again. Dropped by the fielder. He got his hands to it. Umpire's checking whether it went over the line or went along the ground to the line. Right, 6 runs selected. So off the hands, it just went over that boundary for 6. Useful runs indeed for Empire Tees. They'll take it. So 2 catches dropped in these 2 overs. Both at long on either side of the ground. You got to take those catches, pick up those wickets. This time hit along the ground towards long on. They'll pick up 1 run for that. In the fielding department, catching is so important in T20 cricket, or any cricket for that matter. So the right arm bowling round the wicket to the right-handed batsman. Very short. Trying to cut it away, hits it hard in the ground. The ball runs out to the bowler, who fields on his follow-through. And this one is swatted on the onside, down towards long on. Long off runs across doing the fielding, so only a single being taken. So Empire Tees putting the bat today by Commercial Bank B. In fact, 2 games down for decision here today. In the morning, this game going on at the moment. Outside the line of off stump. No white call. It's within the tram lines. The second game this afternoon, Gama Pizza Craft will take on a Tire Group. That will be a good match because Gama Pizza Craft won their last match at St. Joe's College grounds a few days ago. And this one is pulled away on the onside, down to deep mid-wicket. Another single being taken, picked up inside the boundary. So there are boundary riders. A deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg, a long on, and the over is completed. So over number 12 is completed. And Empire Tees have moved along very nicely. They got a 6 also in that over. So they need to get some extra runs going. They'll need a partnership. They'll need 2 batsmen to bat through to the end of the innings. Hot and humid morning out here in Panipitia. So Tarka is the new bowler and he'll be in operation. There we go. Another wicket falls. New bowler comes in. And Empire Tees lose their 6th wicket. 67 for 6 at the moment. Well, there we are. So when you keep losing wickets at regular intervals, so difficult to get a partnership going. You need runs on the board. So Empire Tees losing another wicket. $67 for 6 in the 13th over. 12.1 overs completed. Ajit Kumar, the man who was out. $67 for 6 after 12.1. So Hasita is the new man in. Isuru is there as well. Hasita Madhushan He's played 2 matches, no great average. Aggregate of 21 runs, in fact. Tharaka at the top of his mark has picked up 1 wicket, no runs in his very first over. The first ball, in fact, is bowled. Outside the line of off stump, close to being called a wide. Quicker one, in fact, by Tharaka. Doesn't make contact with the batsman. Wicket keeper collects. And again, trying to open the face of the bat and running down to third man. Doesn't succeed. Is Hasita. You need to make contact. Very close to the body when trying to play the cut shot. That's difficult. This time was the back foot played away towards short extra cover. Another dot ball. This is a good over from Tharaka. Picked up a wicket on the first ball. Kept the batsman quiet since then. Flighted, driven on the onside this time to deep mid wicket. Only a single. So 1 ball left in the over. This is the 13th over. 68 for 6. They really need to get a move on, Empire Tees. Because after this over, they've got 7 overs left in the innings. They'll have to go at something like about almost 10 runs an over to get some respectability to their total. Play and miss outside the line of off stump. Excellent over from Tharaka comes to an end. So 13 overs completed. And Empire Tees are 68 for 6 after 13 overs. Isuru is on 8, Hasita on 1. So there's the scorecard of Empire Tees. A dismal looking scorecard. They needed partnerships up the order. It was not to be. So number 14 about to get underway. So Isuru into the action. Lofted on the onside. That's over the head of deep mid wicket. Oh, the fence for 6. That's a good strike indeed. So Hasid at that time makes full use of that. Picked it up beautifully. Launched it over that deep mid wicket who had no chance in getting a hand to it. That 6 runs so useful to Empire Tees. They moved to 74 for 6. Looking to play that down to third man. Open the face of the bat. Doesn't make contact. So Empire Tees will need some big hits like that. Like the previous one, a 6. They'll need to pick up boundaries. This time gets back to ball. Plays it out towards the short third man. Looking for 1. Well fielded. The return came quickly to the wicket keeper. So the batsmen had changed their mind. They couldn't take that single. 74 for 6 after 13.3 overs. Driven past the ball on the onside. Along the ground. That's a good shot, but picked up at long on. So only a single being taken. $75 for 6 after 13.4 overs. Hasida moves on to 8 and brings Isuru on 8 to take strike. A left-hand, right-hand combination in the middle. Isuru into his second over. Not picked up wicket so far, but he's bowled well. He's beat the batsman a couple of times. Lofted on the onside. Fielder getting under it. Nope, no fielder there. Drops in no man's land again. So a few chances been taken by the Empire T's batsman, getting away with it. And also we had Commercial Bank B drop a couple of catches at long on. 2 overs, they dropped 2 catches. Again, wrapped on the pad. Shout again. Certainly sliding down the leg side. That'll end the over. 14 completed. And Empire T's are 76 for 6. So there's the batting card of Empire T's again. It's a dismal scorecard, in fact. Only a few extras, 5 extras the total after 14 overs. So 6 overs left in the innings. How much can they get in the 6 overs? Even at 10 overs, they'll get 60. They'll need a bit more than that. They'll need some big sixers and boundaries to come in these 2 overs. The batsmen have to really, really put the foot on the accelerator. So Tarka, 1 for 1 in the 1 over is bowled. Bowled well in the last over. Lofted on the onside. Fielder get into it. Takes the catch. There we are. So that's the wicket that they wanted. Good catch taken in the end. Because the fielders could have crashed on that occasion. Because the man fielding at mid-on was also running towards the catch. But the deep mid-wicket fielder, he held on. A sliding catch taken. Good catch in the end. So they lose their 7th wicket. (76 for 7) after 14.1 overs. So Taraka picks up his 2nd wicket. 2 wickets, 1 run his figures. Excellent figures from him. And Empire T's innings in disarray at the moment. 76 for 7. They were put in the bat today by Commercial Bank B, who won the toss. So useful toss for Commercial Bank B to win today and invite Empire T's to bat first. And Empire T's batsmen also played some poor shots. Some nothing shots are played. They lost their wickets. They lost their way. Couldn't really get a partnership going. Flighted. Pushed on the offside. Kanpati is the batsman who's in, who joins Hasita. Kanpati 6 matches. Quicker one. Plays beer on the line of that. Plays it down the track for the bowler to field. So a couple of dot balls to new batsman. Short outside the line of off stump. Steered towards the backward point. Again, there's no chance of a run. The moment you start losing wickets, so difficult for new batsmen to come in to start to accelerate the scoring. From the first ball you come in, even though it's T20 cricket. Quicker one. Played again to short 3rd man. Looking for 1, but sent back by the non-striker. Another dot ball, so this has been another very tight over from Tarka. He's picked up 2 wickets of 1 run so far. This is his 2nd over. Played defensively out of the offside. Mid-off does the fielding. So Kanpati playing defensive cricket. That ends the over as well. So there we are with 15 overs completed. And Empire T is on 76 for 7, not 15 overs. Time for a change in the voices as well to take it through the end of the innings. So next 5 overs, it's going to be Damika.
Bowling has been so good so far for Commercial Bank, winning the toss, deciding to bowl first, picking up wickets at regular intervals. Hasita and Kanapati, they've been struggling. 2 wickets for Shashin Kolita. That's a good shot. Sounded nice off the bat. Straight to the fielder in the deep. Once again, batting worries continues for Empire Tees. First game against Ansel, all out for 85. And then against Consolidating, all out for 66. Today, done reasonably better with 5 overs to come. But they have only 3 wickets in hand. Hasita and Kanapati will have to do something very, very special. Cut away into the deep and gets a single. Nothing more than that. You ideally hope to create a situation where you have as many wickets as possible and launching towards the bowlers towards the latter part of this innings. But unfortunately, this has been the worry for Empire Tees. Carved away into the deep. Much needed boundary, I can tell you. They were under serious pressure to have any chance of winning this game. They need something around 140. Highly unlikely, but they have 3 wickets. It's about getting as many runs as possible at this stage. Jacinta into his 3rd over, concedes a boundary. It's a good start for the 16th over, but they're going to need plenty of such overs, at least a boundary per over. 18 over will get them 40 runs, and I'm thinking that's not going to be enough. A full toss. Once again, swatted away into the deep. Gets another boundary quite comfortably. So if you stay there long enough, there will be loose stuff on offer. So you'll provide yourself an opportunity to cashing on. Hasita moves to 8. The score moves to 80 now with that boundary. It's been a mixed bag for Commercial Bank. Played 4 matches, lost 3. They won their previous game against Siam Cement. I can tell you it's a very tough group. Group C, the likes of Camera, LK, Ansel on top. That should be taken. Extra cover fielder, Knightley settle underneath it and gets another fairly comfortable catch. Another one bites the dust. Batsman out, Hasita. And worries continues. Empire Tees, they got plenty of areas to improve. Obviously, inexperienced, plenty of players right at the top. Got few experienced players, but unfortunately, not contributing sufficiently for them to get over 120, maybe 140 runs. That's a power score, I think. Fairly decent sized boundaries. So it's 8 down for 76. Well and truly into this tournament. MCA Fair First F Division T20 tournament. Few matches taking around Colombo and suburbs, Kandana, Pondipitia, and at Nal on the grounds. Off the back foot. So they are considering batting out the remaining overs. 80 for 8 after 16. There you go, 8 down, not the ideal situation. With as many as 4 overs remaining, we witnessed during this tournament, teams have done well, generally kept around 6, maybe 7 wickets in hand, approaching the final 5 overs. Well, that's a good shot, sounded nice off the bat, and they're going to need plenty of them. 6 over, mid-wicket region, sailing over the fielder's head. He was generously flighted that one on the onside, clearing the front foot and smashing it over the mid-wicket region. That will definitely give some momentum now. Good comeback, strong comeback by the bowler. He's capable of varying his pace from time to time. He's in the middle of a very good over despite being hit for a 6-over mid-wicket region, I can tell you. That's a good delivery. Quicker, shorter, and straight in line with the stumps, providing absolutely no opportunities for the batsman. Kanapati, with that boundary, got off the mark. 6 of 11 deliveries. An edge. There are no slip fielders. Short third man fielder comes around, sends in the return, gets a single. So that'll do it. They're going to need at least 10 and over. That'll enable them to go past 100. In that case, they got a total to bowl at. Dismal performance so far, just as I mentioned. So they've got everything to improve. Down the leg side. Swatted away. Don't think that one came off the bat. Interesting signal just came off the pads. They wouldn't mind, definitely wouldn't mind how it comes. 94 for 8 now behind the 17th over. Live pictures available to you on Sporty.lk. This is Mercantile F Division T20 tournament game between Empire T's and Commercial Bank B. Winning the toss, deciding to bowl first. They've done a very good job. They haven't been excellent in the field. A few drop catches down in the deep. This one once again sounded really nice, but straight to the fielder. Makes no mistakes. Another one bites the dust. 9 down for 98. Batsman out. Kanapati for 7. That was there to be hit. Half tracker on the back foot. For some reason, he didn't manage to get it out of the meat of the bat. As a result, not too much power behind the shot, and the fielder says thank you so much. 9 down for 99. Worries continues for Empire T's. It was Sanjeevan. The man got out for note. Taraka Gunatilaka picks up a wicket. He's been doing really, really well. Right on top. This is exactly what they would have expected. And batters aiding them from time to time. Poor shot selection. You're not going to do too well in a competitive tournament like this if you make those mistakes repeatedly. They made same mistakes against much stronger opponents and lost both the games. 2 heavy defeats. On the other hand, Commercial Bank, they've been very competitive despite losing 3 matches against Camera LK, Mars Intimates, and Sri Lanka. This is good. Pushes it. Sweeper cover. Does the fielding. 100 runs on the board for Empire T's. So, little improvement in comparison to what they've done during the first 2 matches. But will this be enough? We'll find answers soon enough. 18th over just about to start. Taraka Gunatilaka completed 3 overs, 3 for 8. Excellent spell. Well bowled, getting past the outside edge. Nipun Puris coming back into the attack. Right arm, seamer. Started off really well. 2.1 overs, 1 for 8. They've done really well with the ball in hand, but the fielding. Manivel tried to cut that one away. Just maybe kept low. He was never really behind the shot. Just a tentative swing of the bat. Missing it altogether. 100 for 9. Just under 3 overs remaining. How many runs they can put up on the scoreboard? Oh, superb catch. Came off the meat of the bat. Opening the bat face to get the placement, but the fielder had different ideas. Diving forward, never easy, takes a fantastic catch. Nipun Puri is coming back into the attack and picks up a wicket straight away. All out for 100 runs. This has been the issue, just as we mentioned right at the beginning of this commentary. Just 17.3 overs. Disappointments continues. All out for 100. Slight improvement. But I can tell you, considering how good Commercial Bank batting lineup, not going to be enough, but the cricket, as always, glorious uncertainties. That is at least what Empire teams would be hoping at this stage. Another disappointing day with a bat in hand. We mentioned this tournament with the participation of 24 teams divided into 4 groups. Each of them very, very tough. Just 2 teams get the opportunity of moving on to the second round. Right now, the likes of Mars, Intimate and Sri Lanka, Consolidating in with a very good chance. For Commercial Bank and Empire Teas, the equation is out at the moment. They stand no chance of qualifying to the second round, but their pride is at stake. Commercial Bank winning the toss, done fantastically well. Get the opposition out for just 100 runs, just about getting over the line. Should be a formality, should be too difficult, but they will have to bat well. Nipun Puris coming back into the attack and picking up his second wicket. With that, completes the innings. Fabulous stuff. Commercial Bank definitely right on top. I have no doubts Empire Teas once again got what they wanted. Skipper mentioned in the toss. Preferred option would be for them is to bat first and put a good score on the board and put the opposition under pressure. But unfortunately, once again, that didn't happen. All out for 100 should be a formality. And we'll be joining you back with a chase, and it will be a fairly comfortable one for Commercial Bank B. Stay with us.
We've got something new for you here at MCA. Coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge.
In the heart of Colombo.
We've got something new for you here at MCA. Serving fresh coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Stop by for breakfast or wind down after work. Bring your friends and family over. We're always here. On the right wing of the MCA Pavilion, welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge.
In the heart of Colombo, where in the heart of Colombo.
We've got something new for you here at MCA. Coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Stop by for breakfast or wind down after work. Bring your friends and family over. We're always here. On the right wing of the MCA Pavilion, welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge.
In the heart of Colombo, where dreams are made.
Welcome back to the Dharmapala grounds in Panipitia, the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026 in full swing at the moment. And the first game of the day down here is between Commercial Bank and also Empire Tees. There we are, the scorecard of Empire Tees. They were put into bat by Commercial Bank today, but they were disappointed. They were bowled out for 117.3 overs. Much to their dislike that they want to get about 140, 150, but Commercial Bank kept things nice and tight. They picked up wickets at regular intervals. Of course, a couple of catches were dropped by Commercial Bank B, but even though they dropped a couple of catches, they still did well. Their bowlers did extremely well. Look at the bowling card, in fact, of all the wickets being taken, and a spray of bowlers, in fact, and the fall of wickets. No great partnerships there. Only the partnership for the fourth wicket, when they got together at 6 for 3 and took it up to 40 for 4. That was the only sizable partnership we could talk about for Empire Tees. And now the target for Commercial Bank B is 101 to win. We're talking about the toss, what happened this morning, and Commercial Bank B won the toss, invited Empire Tees to bat first. That's what happened. The toss that was at 9:15 this morning, Sri Lankan time. And we'd like to remind all our viewers where in the world are watching our live telecast of the action. We hope you're enjoying the games. And, of course, 2 games down for decision. The second game this afternoon is between Gama Pizza Craft and a Tire Group. That match scheduled to take place at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Sri Lanka time. So we have full day's cricket here at Pannipiti as well. Don't forget the Cricket World Cup, the T20 World Cup also starting today. Games in India and Sri Lanka. So a lot of cricket being played from today, and of course cricket action will never stop in this part of the world as well. Right, so the players on the ground, the umpire calls out to the scorers, are you ready? He wants to call play, and the openers also in the middle at the moment. And looking at the field, they've got a gully in place, so the third man, a backward point, extra cover, and a mid-off on the offside, and on the onside they've got a fine leg along with the man at backward square leg, a mid-wicket and a deep mid-on. And here's the first over coming up for Empire Tees. Right, bowler at top of his mark, bowling from the pavilion end. The medium pacer, bowling to a left-hander, and away he goes. First ball, down the leg side. Wide called, beats the wicket-keeper as well, runs down to the boundary, so it's going to be 5 runs, the wide and the boundary, so 5 to the total. And Commercial Bank B are straight away off the mark. with 5 runs and no wicket off the very first ball, but that's got to be rebowled as well. It's a very poor delivery down the leg side. You've got to be careful when you're defending just a total of 100 and you start bowling wides on the very first ball. Well, it's going to be difficult to really come back in the game. Right, second ball coming up, or the first of the inning, in fact, because it's got to be rebowled. And there we go. Down the leg side again, another wide. Total moves up to 6, so no wicket. Commercial Bank B. Not a single ball has been bowled so far because that's got to be rebowled as well. So Siddharth and Chamila are the opening batsmen. There's the scorecard for Commercial Bank B as well. What an afternoon we're having here in Colombo. It's hot and humid. Wrapped on the pad, big shout. Perhaps sliding down the leg side. Not out, says the umpire. We didn't see the umpire's finger coming up, but the batsman is walking off. Was he bowled? We'll have to wait and see. He was bowled. We'll have to take a look at that. The stumps being rattled. It was off the pad, no doubt. So Commercial Bank B lose their first wicket. We'll take a look at that again. What really happened? So Kanapati picks up a wicket as well. The first legal delivery. It's 6 for the loss of 1 wicket. Commercial Bank B. They need to make 101 to win. It's a small target, in fact, for Commercial Bank. But they'll have to keep wickets in hand. They'll have to bat well. Get some partnerships going because they don't need to really lose wickets at regular intervals. They want the partnerships, that's for sure. And the first wicket falls and the batsman has been bowled because we are not sighted with the wickets from where we're seeing at the moment. But that's how it goes, and the batsman, he knew that he was bowled and he walked away. Right, so here we are with the new man walking in. It's 6 for the loss of 1 wicket, Commercial Bank B. So a little delay when you have a batsman taking guard. He's got to use chalk to mark out his guard because we are playing on matting wickets. And the matting wickets, you have to use chalk to mark out the guard. It takes a bit of time, so you've got to take out one glove. Takes a few minutes for that. So Savindu is the new man in. His highest is 39. So he joins Chamila in the middle. Nice play, driven on the offside, but straight to extra cover. There's no chance of a run. So 6-1 Commercial Bank B, requiring 101 to win. Kanapati, his figures 1 for 6 at the moment of the 3 balls he's bowled. He's bowled 2 wides. And one of those wides went to the boundary for 4. So those 5 runs of one of those deliveries. Full toss driven on the offside. Mid-off does the fielding, but they cross the 1. That's excellent shot on the offside. Along the grounds, quality batsmen play those shots. So Savindu is off the mark with a single. And takes a total along to 7 for 1, Commercial Bank B. So Gully in place along with the third man, the backward point. The extra cover in the middle of the offside field. In the block hole, played out nicely on the offside towards mid-off. Another single being taken. That's good running. Putting the pressure on the fielders as well. So takes the Commercial Bank B total on to 8 for the loss of 1 wicket. The target is 101 to win. It's a small target, in fact, for Commercial Bank B. They did well to bowl out Empire T, so 100 in 17.3 overs. Flicked on the onside, straight towards deep mid-wicket. Another single being taken. So Commercial Bank B even taking runs in singles. They have no hurry to make big strokes because the target is so small to get in 20 overs. It's less than 10 runs and over, the target. So 9 for 1, Commercial Bank B. Playing a miss outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled. Ends the first over. So after 1 over, Commercial Bank B are 9 for 1 with Chamila on 1 and Savindu on 2.
We've got something new for you here at MCA. Fresh coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers and so much more. From 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. Stop by for breakfast or wind down after work. Bring your friends and family over. We're always here. On the right wing of the MCA Pavilion, welcome to the MCA Coffee Lounge.
Ugendran Sanjeevan to bowl the second over. Outside the line of off stump, shoulders arms is Savindu. So no great rush for Commercial Bank B to go hammer and tong to get those runs, 101 to win. They already got 9 runs of 1.1 overs. It's a small target. Going for the cut shot. Hits it hard in the ground between the wicketkeeper and also that slip fielder. They're coming back for 2. That's excellent running. Very good running indeed. Took on the fielder. The ball was picked up inside the boundary at third man. And that's what it's all about. To take that first run quickly, come back with the second, put the pressure on the fielder and takes Commercial Bank B onto double figures. 11 for 1 wicket in the second over. Savindu moves on to 4. Nice play. Flicked away on the onside, past the square leg umpire. Down towards a deep backward square leg for a single. That's a good shot as well. Along the ground. You get value for your shots on these type of grounds. Very fast outfields. We've had some rain yesterday, last evening. Going for the cut shot. Appeal from the wicketkeeper. The board was not interested in the appeal, so it's a dot ball again. 12 for 1 after 1.4 overs. Full toss. Hit away on the onside. Down to deep mid-wicket. That's over the boundary for 6. Poor delivery indeed. Got the treatment. Chamila gets a 6 for that and takes a total of 18 for 1 after 1.5 overs. Sanjeevan, been expensive in this over. The last ball of the second over coming up. Again, flicked away on the onside. Another good shot. Excellent shot. Repeat of the previous one. 6 more. So back-to-back sixes for Commercial Bank as well. That ends the over. And 2 overs completed with Commercial Bank moving on to 24 for the loss of 1 wicket. After 2 overs. And Chamila moves on to double figures on 13 of 5 balls.
We've got something new for you here at MCA. M to 11 p.m. every day.
Right, here we are, over number 3. Driven on the up, but straight towards mid-on. In the air for a while, but safe shot in the end. It dropped short of the field at deep mid-on. Savindu's on strike, and he's on 5 at the moment of 7 balls. Chamila is at the non-striker then on 13 of 5 balls. 24 for 1, Commercial Bank B in the third over. Flicked away on the onside. That's a good shot again. Goes all the way for 6. Runs coming in very easily indeed for Commercial Bank B. The target is a small one, 101 to win. And they move on to 30 for 1 wicket after 2.2 overs. So another 71 runs required. And plenty of deliveries to get there. Some great shots from these two batsmen. Samindu with the 6 and Shamil also with the 2 sixers the last over. Flicked them over the mid-wicket region. Now a man been dropped on the boundary at deep mid-wicket. But those shots that were played cleared those boundaries so easily. So having a man on the boundary line is of no use because he's not going to take a catch. There's no way. The boundaries are not extremely big. They are medium size here at Panipitiya. 30 for 1 after 2.2. Played it soft hands, looking for 1. Bowler's quick onto that. Prevents the batsman carrying a single. That's smart cricket. The total remains at 30 for 1 after 2.3 overs. Again, the back foot played out towards extra cover. Single being taken. Really puts the pressure on the fielder when you take those singles. He was coming in from extra cover to do the fielding, but the batsman was straight away off the mark to pick up that run. They know that picking up the single is so easy. 31 for 1 after 2.4 overs. Samindu moves on to 12, brings Chamil on 13 to take strike. Played soft hands this time, no chance of a run. The bowler anticipates very quickly. Kanapati, the bowler, into his second over. You need great anticipation when you are bowling. So short third man, the backward point, extra cover, deep mid-off on the offside. Taken the full, driven straight towards deep mid-off. Fumble there, allows the batsman to get 1. Will they come back for 2? Looking for 2, but they settle for a single. Fielding is so important in any form of cricket. So it completes the over as well. And the 3 overs completed with the Commercial Bank BU on to 32 for 1. Samindu is on 12 and Chamil is on 4.
In the heart of Colombo.
So Isuru to bowl his first over. Hit away on the onside in there. Dropped. The fielder went one-handed. With his right hand stretch, he got into his right hand, but he was coming in to take the catch. If he stood in the same place he'd have perhaps completed that catch quite comfortably. But he was moving in, expecting the ball to drop in front of him, and he dropped it. So chance goes a begging. Batsman pick up 1 more run, 33 for 1. So Isuru, the unfortunate bowler, a catch dropped on the first ball of his spell. So Samindu is on strike at the moment on 12. Going for the drive, beaten outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled. And now the wicketkeeper under arms to the stumps. It doesn't strike the stumps. It goes towards mid-on, and the batsman sees the opportunity to take a single. That's a good run being taken, in fact. We were talking about rules of cricket and all those things going on at the moment. And perhaps our listeners or viewers, oh, that's nicely played. But well fielded at mid-off. Excellent fielding. Good cricket all round. Yes, talking about the rules of cricket. The MCC has met. They've decided on having some changes in the rules of cricket, which will come into effect in October of this year. The ICC will have to accept them first. And that's nice played again. Off the back foot, straight towards backward point. So some new rules coming in for the hit wicket, for the run out. Suggestions made at the MCC for changing of the rules. Short. Again off the back foot. Tucks it down towards short third man for a single. So one more to the total. 34 for the loss of 1 wicket. Or 35 for the loss of 1 wicket in fact. Commercial Bank B. So the field well spread out. It will be important for Empire Tees to feel well, that is to a good bit in the ground fielding, take those catchers, that's so important. And pulled away on the onside. Past the square leg umpire, down to the boundary and backward square leg for 4. The fielder was diving over the ball, couldn't really stop it. It was around the ground in fact. So takes Commercial Bank B total on to 39 for 1 wicket. The target is 101 and that ends the over as well. So 4 overs completed and it's 39 for 1.
In the heart of Colombo.
Right, the 5th over coming up. Commercial Bank B 39 for 1. The target is 101. They did well to bowl out Empire T, so 100 in 17.3 overs. Commercial Bank B won the toss and invited Empire T to bat first. New bowler coming on, Hasita. Another medium pacer. So Hasita bowled his first over. We have a man, a short third man, the backward point. Extra cover, deep mid off on the offside. On the onside, they got a man at backward square leg, a deep mid wicket, a mid wicket and mid on. Went for the cut shot, hit it in the ground. Survives that one. It was a slow ball from Hasita, in fact. And Tamila was on the back foot trying to cut it away down towards backward point. You've got to be careful with those shots because you can very easily drag the ball onto your stumps. And now the bowler is down. Perhaps cramp. He got some assistance coming his way as well, but seems to be okay. Recovers. In these hot and humid conditions, you've got to keep that fluid intake going. The salts must be taken as well. So important to remember all those little things. Played soft hands. Well played. Single been taken. The bowler is after it. Picks it up, but they can't stop the single being taken. So takes a Commercial Bank B on to 40 for 1 after 4.2 overs. Chavila moves on to 17, brings Savinder on 14 on 13 on strike. Heaved on the onside. One bounce to the boundary for 4. Just missed out on going over the rope. One bounce to the backward square leg boundary for 4. 44 for 1 in the Commercial Bank B. Takes Savindu along nicely to 20. He's faced 15 balls, so it's 20 runs. So Commercial Bank B going along very nicely at the moment to make that small target of 101. So it's all friendly bowling at the moment. Teammates of Commercial Bank B in the pavilion, enjoying the batting at the moment. Oh, pulled away. That's big. That's really big. Goes a long way over the boundary. That's a poor delivery, very short. He just stood up for the batsman to hit it over the boundary. 6 more and takes Commercial Bank out to 50 for 1 after 4.4 overs. These runs coming in very quickly indeed and takes Samindu along to the 20s, on 26 in fact at the moment. To retrieve the ball, somebody's got to go a long way. On this very big ground, in fact, here in Pandipiti at Dharmapala grounds. Only half the ground being used for cricket. The other half was perhaps demarcated for rugby. We've got rugby posts up as well. So they retrieved the ball. So 2 balls left in the 5th over. 4.4 overs completed. Commercial Bank be 50 for 1. Driven nicely on the onside. 1 bounce to the boundary at long on for 4. Very flat shot indeed from Savindu. So 6 out of 4 of consecutive balls. This is a big over for Commercial Bank B. They move along nicely to 54 for 1 after 4.5 overs. Thick edge down to short third man. Little fumble, but no chance of run as backward point covers up. That's the end of the over as well. So here we are, 5 overs completed. And the Commercial Bank B are 54 for the loss of 1 wicket. Time to change the voices. Next 5 overs, Dhamika will be in charge of the mic.
Looking at the way things panned out so far, we might be in for an early end. They've been dealing in boundaries. Commercial Bank B as we speak. Swatted that one towards extra cover region and picks up another boundary. Score moves up to 58. Shamila Daminda 21. Samidu with a couple of huge sixes on 30. Isuru Deshan immediately found himself under huge pressure. They just got 100 runs on the board right now. Required run rate 2.9. Such a strong position. Done reasonably well during this tournament, even though they've lost 3 matches. Just as I mentioned, fairly good team. You're right about that. Another boundary. It's just a matter of getting it over the infield. Boundary to be taken. Shamila. He's in a hurry. They will most probably will end this game prior to the 12th over. Maybe even earlier than that. They've been moving at 11.63. Excellent run rate. Very light work in the field. That was going over the top. Isuru coming back strong after conceding a couple of boundaries. This is Mercantile F Division T20 League C Group encounter. And as we speak, a couple of teams not stand a chance to move on to the second round. But it's about your pride. Oh, that's nice. Sounded good off the bat. Goes all the way. They're not too worried about getting singles and twos. They are dealing in boundaries. Plenty of them already. Required run rate, not even a question. It's a formality. Haven't got enough runs on the board and haven't got the sort of bowlers that can restrict the opposition. Just they have picked up a wicket early in the first over, but after that, things started to go awfully wrong for Empire Tees. Looks like they are staring at a 3rd big defeat. And this ground, as usual, when you hit it away for boundaries and sixes, you got to do some searching. Got to go the distance. And as you can see, there are no spectators to throw the ball at you. So torrid times continues for Empire Tees. On the other hand, fabulous stuff by Commercial Bank B. They've lost 3 matches, but they've been very, very competitive, I can tell you. Against Ansel, very close game. The victory margin was just 14 runs. They've been very competitive against strong team like Consolidating, and lost their game against Mars Intimates. Just about the same. And today, they came in with a one purpose in mind. That is to win this game in the first round on a high note. Way outside the O stump, another extra run to the total. Things gone bad to worst for Empire Tees. Inexperience, made plenty of mistakes during the first 2 games. Unfortunately, they've been continuing to repeat those mistakes in the third game. They got another game on their hands, couple of games in fact, but they stand absolutely no chance of moving into the second round. It's just about improving. That's a huge shot. Just as I say, they are not too worried about running. Just boundaries and sixers. Samidu joins in hand with the skipper Chamila Daminda, who's on 31, and Samidu looks a danger batsman. He is on 36. Things looking up. And this is just the way to conclude the first round when you haven't done well enough during the first 3 matches. They won their game against Siam Cement. So they will definitely heading towards an emphatic victory. Batters meanwhile take on the liberty of taking a sip of water. Very warm. Not all that sunny. Cloud cover right about us, but I can tell you humidity well over 75%, I can tell you. Commercial Bank marching on. This is the 6th over, still inside the first power play. A huge damage already been done. They need only 25 runs to win the game. And once again, go and pick the ball. This time onto the trees. Moves up to 42 with that huge 6. Samidu getting closer and closer towards half century. Well made, of course. Both the batters, 2 right-handers. Very, very aggressive right from the word go. 6 done, 82 for 1.
In the heart of Colombo,
right at the beginning of this stint, I mentioned we might not be in here for 12 overs. I'm starting to think we might not be in for 10 overs. Another boundary. It's been a carnage. It was all too easy this time. Chamila Daminda said that I want to join the party. Another huge 6 over mid-wicket region. He moves to 37. It's just delaying the inevitable. It'll be done and dusted well inside 10 overs. We are in the 7th. I'll be rather surprised if we go still the 9th over. Looking at the way these two have batted. 42 and 37 respectively. Freeing their arms all too often. And the bowlers found no answers. Now the leg side is being poor. Gets a single. And Shamila gets another single. Moves to 38. Samidu is on strike. 8 away from his half century. Well batted. They've been very clear about their approach. They are in a hurry. They'll be eyeing to complete this chase. Well inside 10 overs now. We are in the 7th. And Danika Namita, Raja Karuna did fairly well during first 2 matches despite losing heavily. Down the leg side should be another wide. This is poor. They made truckload of mistakes during their first 2 matches. All out for 85 against Ansel. All out for 66 against Consolidating the other day at Nal on the ground. But made no improvements. They continued to make the same mistakes. And as a result, only posting 100 runs. Not going to be enough to threaten. Not going to be enough to challenge. Very strong Commercial Bank B batting lineup. Two batters enjoying themselves at the moment. 42 and 37 respectively. Danica. Swatted away. And goes for another huge 6. It'll be done and dusted well within 10 overs. I'll be rather surprised if we move till the 8th over, 6.3 overs, 96. Just one shot away. It's been a fantastic effort by Commercial Bank B. Just lost a wicket during the first over, and they've been able to be supported by the bowlers. Lackluster bowling continues. 96 for 1. They are still in the 7th over. Samidhu Chandrasekhara, 48, 2 short of a well-compiled half-century. Just 19 deliveries, 5 sixes, just 3 boundaries. Off the back foot, straight to the fielder for no run. Now he'll be eyeing to get over the 50 runs. They need just 5 runs. One shot will do the job for Savindu. Coming down the track. And that's another huge 6. What a way to done your chase. He moves to 54 with that huge 6. What a fine effort with the bat for Savindu. Commercial Bank, an emphatic victory. Winning the game by 9 wickets, well inside the 7th over. How about that? On the other hand, take a look at it. It's been all too easy. They had a plan, executed the plan while they were fielding. There were few lapses, few drop catches, but the batters for Empire Tees made the mistake of poor shot selection time and time again. All out well inside the 20th over for 100 runs. And the chase was a pretty easy one for Commercial Bank B, winning 8 by 9 wickets with more than 13 overs remaining. That's huge. During the toss, skipper mentioned they are planning to end the first round on a high note. Stand no chance of moving into the quarterfinal round based on their results during the first 3 games. But what an emphatic victory. This is the way to conclude the first round. They must be very happy. They've been dedicated, training hard for this tournament. Very competitive one, of course, with the participation of 24 teams divided into 4 groups. And this is Group C encounter. This will do the job to get their confidence high. Just 6.5 overs. Goes to tell you the story, how aggressive the 2 batters have been. Chamila goes past half century. And Samindu. Looking at the scoreboard, it says he's on 49. So we'll have to go by that. Empire Tees winning the game. Empire Tees losing the game with a hefty margin once again. It's been all too easy. Lost just a wicket. Chamila Damin, the skipper, 49. And Samindu Chandrasekhara, who's on 42. Excellent knock. Excellent performance. They've been aided by 12 extras, 6.5 overs, all too easy. Commercial Bank winning the game quite comprehensively. Torrid time for the bowlers. Kanapati picks up a wicket, and other than that, rest of the bowlers put to the sword. Lost just a wicket. Emphatic victory, whichever way you look at it. Commercial Bank winning the toss, deciding to put the opposition in, restricting them for 100 runs. Senaviratna with 28, Madhushan 19, Kumara 15. No real contributions down the line. Gunatilaka 3 for 8, excellent. Puris 2 for 8. Done a stellar job. Kanangara 2 for 15. They've just about done everything right with the chase. Light work, 49 of 22 balls to the skipper Chamila Daminda. And Chandrasekhara, 42 of 18 deliveries, all too easy apart from Kandapati picking up a wicket. Rest of the bowlers were taken to the sword. Commercial Bank winning their second game of this tournament and ending the campaign on a higher note. As usual, it's a double header. We'll be in for the next game. Until then, stay with us We'll take a break.